We're live.
It's all good.
Oh, we're
There we
through.
go, guys.
That's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's not bad. But I don't have a drink ready, so I'll do that. I know.
Welcome.
Do you want to start with intro?
How are you all going? We're
gotta
here to
share
answer
this
your
too.
tech questions and fill you in on. It looks like today's mostly updates by the looks.
Yeah, I think so.
We're here 5
That
p.m.
was close.
weekdays, even though it is 5:03. We were just that's the
5 p.m.
first topic. Yeah, 5 p.m. ish.
We're usually pretty much on time.
You can explain why we were a little bit late.
Yeah, I'll do that
in the
after we
first
do
section.
intro. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here to answer questions 100% free charge. We do it just because we can and we like it. And we just want to see what you guys want to learn about, yeah. Ask your questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question or a dumb question. You can find all our contacts down at www.thedotmill.com/contact, where you'll have all our social media and Nathan's contact number. What do you got tonight? Ginger ale again?
Yep, ginger ale. Still finishing the one from yesterday. It's cheaper to buy 1.25 litre drinks and then drink them over like a day or two. Well, sorry, 2 or 3 days. So, where is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I've just got Monster. Again, Monster.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no. Well, I struggled. There was another can in front of it. And I'm like, no. I'm an adult. I can say no. So I left it.
You can, but for those who missed it yesterday or don't know, it's your birthday. Like, I mean, do what you want, right?
Yeah, but still, I got to behave sometimes.
I guess.
But it turns out office work likes to play games with people. They don't keep things in stock at the shops.
Yeah.
So I freaked out thinking that there were no AT2020 USB pluses because it said it was out of stock everywhere. But it turns out they had 8 sitting in the warehouse for delivery.
That's not a lot.
No.
It's better than 0, but it's still
it's better than 0. So just before the stream, I think it was about half an hour ago, I got called out of my room and told, put a shirt on, we want to record something, and yeah.
How did they get it so quick then? Because you still hadn't decided last night.
It was next day delivery.
So how did they decide?
Well,
how did they get it so quick?
I knew that I wanted the AT
microphone. Oh, that one.
I wanted this one. Like, I showed it to them, but I didn't know if they had it in stock. Also, I haven't got a pop filter yet.
Yeah.
So I'm using a sock. Just don't diss me. I might get one on the weekend if I can find one.
Can you check your camera settings? Just because you're lagging a little bit behind, can you check and see if you have low light compensation enabled?
Settings. Backlight correction.
Could be that, yeah.
No, it's not. That's on. That's off.
Oh.
Max FPS is 30.
Why is there lag then?
I don't know.
We're not
How
sharing
bad?
Internet from my computer. The other
So is it audio lag or video lag?
Video lag. Audio's fine. Please hold while we have technical difficulties.
I will check the speed on my end. Because from what I see talking to you, it looks all right. But yeah, my net speed's definitely not playing up.
Yeah, I'm just checking our status traffic graph. Nope, we're using next to no internet besides this live stream. What is going on?
Because like from my end, the video doesn't look laggy. Whereabouts is it laggy?
Just the movement of your mouth is behind the audio.
Oh, Aaron said I'm fine on his end on YouTube.
Okay.
So
maybe it's just on my computer then. Let me actually. Hang on.
also, I'm sorry I haven't replied much, Aaron. Lately, I've been a little busy. And thank you for. Disclaimer. Obviously, all our drinks are non-alcoholic.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh wait, no. Aaron just said, "Wait, I spoke too soon."
For
Slight
what?
pause every now and then.
Okay.
Wait, could it be the mic, like recognizing my voice differently to normal?
It's a possibility. Does it have inbuilt filtering or something?
Well, there's no set. Well, I have a thing that monitors mic to comm. So I don't know what that means. So if I change this, does that change anything? Like, is that any better?
Not on my end, no.
Oh, no, it turns out it's a video feed. Audio is fine.
Yeah, audio is fine. Did I say that? I think I said that. Audio is fine.
Yeah, I think you did.
We're only using about 1 megasecond in and 1 megasecond out for the stream. And we've got 50 available out and 20 up. 20 out, 50 in. So
I'm just trying to see if I change.
Oh, now you're definitely out of sync. Now it's just a black box.
Yeah, no, I was just seeing if it changed or not.
Uh-oh. And he's gone. So let's just keep going without him, I guess. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. Like I said, technical difficulties. It's great. Jake says that Jacob looks green screen. Aaron has a question, but we'll get to that in a second. All right.
Does that work better? Like if I haven't got that setting on?
Yes.
Okay, just ignore my messy bed.
Wait, put it back on and see if it does it again.
Just ignore my bed. I apologize.
It's never done it before, though.
Yeah, which is odd. So that's with the chroma cam. It's doing it now.
Yep.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, you guys can deal with my messy bed. Just deal with it.
It's not that bad. Wait, talk now and we'll see.
Is that any better? Like, has it settled down? Is it working properly? I don't know why, but Gal keeps sending me thumbs up. So I will thumb.
It's better,
back
but it's
to
still
Gal.
lagging behind a touch. It's a lot better than it was, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, let's just go.
I haven't changed any
of
my video settings.
Okay.
Oh no, it could be my computer dying. I definitely need to get a new motherboard.
Good thing you priced one of those yesterday.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, you know how, was it yesterday or the day before you asked me about my Asus board, the Aurora Sync, having an issue not keeping settings?
Yep. It does it?
It did it today. Like, I never had an issue.
It all the time. I've had two Asus. No, stuff this. I'm calling it Asus. I've called it Asus since I was like 13 years old. It's going to be Asus. I've had two Asus motherboards now with like LEDs on the underside, and both of them lost their settings every now and then on reboot until, you boot up, log in, and the Aura Sync service kicks in.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, before we get to any of our daily topics, we actually have a question from Aaron, which is, in your opinion, what CPU do you think is the sweet spot for 2560 by 1440 gaming, only in 2020 plus? 10600 KF, 10700 KF, Ryzen, other. You know what? At this point, I don't think CPU is going to make as much of a difference as GPU. Like, I'm sure any one of those three will keep up, but I guess the sweet spot would imply price, so I'd go Ryzen.
Yeah. Oh, well and truly sweet spot.
If you're going for max performance, then it would have to be, I'm pretty sure it'd be the 10700 KF out of all those.
Yeah.
But
I haven't looked up the 10700K
that takes it out of sweet spot territory. So, yeah. Actually, let's find out. How much is a 10700 KF?
I'm just trying to see if I'm lagging on YouTube still or not. It's really hurting my head listening to myself at the same time as watching myself.
Yeah, it does that. 10700 KF UMart $6.99.
Wow. I was really loud. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize how loud I was.
It's good. Usually you're quiet.
I like being quiet, though. It's a positive. But yeah, I was green screen, Jake. Well,
69. Oops, 39.
I was a cheated green screen.
Woo. What's our price point comparison for this?
What are we comparing?
10700 KF. 3900X is higher priced, but 3700X is lower. So I'm guessing, let's go for the fun of it, 3700X versus 10700K. Jake says Athlon 3000G and a GT 710 Ultimate 2K gaming rig.
But is that... No. When does the 10700 come out? Or is that already out?
Soon, I think. Next week or so, I believe. Jake says solid 7 FPS. I don't know if it'd even make it to that. Depends on the game.
Yeah.
Oh, 27th of May, 2020, apparently.
Oh, really? So it's not that far off.
They're both 8 cores. They're both 16 threads. Max frequency of the 10700 is 5.1 gigahertz, whereas it's 4.4. Jake said he didn't say what FPS he wanted.
So hang on. So the 10600 has a higher base but lower boost.
What's
no,
the
it's a
base?
6-core. Sorry, no. The 10600 KF's a 6-core.
Yeah, so let's rule that out entirely for now.
What's up?
That's bad.
Unacceptable. At Jake,
Only
esports games and maybe
in.
lol.
John Chapman said, I have been seeing some reviews for them. Aaron said, yeah, Jake esports maybe. Okay. I think the 3700X is still cheaper. The 3700X, say, for example, at Computer Alliance is $569. It's cheaper at Computer Alliance than UMart. UMart is $579.
What's this?
3700X.
No, you're just looking at it wrong. Computer Alliance has 2 versions. They have the special and they have the non-special. The special is when you get a motherboard with it.
Anyway, I think.
Yes,
okay, cool.
exactly. You save $10 if you get a motherboard at the same time.
$579. So $579 versus the 10700, which UMart has listed at $699. So we're still $120 difference. So we're $120 cheaper at the 3700X.
But it performs.
It's gonna perform. It'll probably be lower, I guess, just because of the base because of the frequencies, like your gigahertz. Jake said 10900K is best gaming, 3900X was best all-rounder. Just watch the video on it. From that, I'd assume the Intel equals best gaming, AMD equals best all-rounder. We've got to take price to performance into account as well, though.
Yeah.
Just go 3950X and be done with it. $120 could go towards a better GPU, which is what I said at the start. I think you'd rather sink more money into the GPU than the CPU, because at the high end of things, how much is the CPU restricting you anyway? Like Like, are we talking like 10, 20 frames per second? Whereas $120 could be the jump between what, a 2700 and a 2070 and a 2080, or are they bigger than that? Hang on, I don't know the prices off the top of my head. RTX 2070.
So Ryzen has faster memory.
Yeah, and more cache.
It was cache. But the other thing is, we really need to wait till the 4th gens come out.
Yeah.
Because you're comparing Intel's latest gen.
Oh, wait, it's a big jump. 2080 is roughly 1200-ish, and you can pick up a 2070 for about 800-ish. So it's $400 difference. Aaron said, already have a 2080 Ti, but my 6700K is too old now. Okay, that's fair enough.
Oh, yes,
John
that's
Chapman's
very old.
3080 Ti should run 2K. And Jake says, depends on the game. Just went from the 3200G to a 3600 in my ITX, and Heaven was only a 5 FPS gain. See, that's what I'm talking about. Forza Horizon was about 10 FPS gain. Haven't tested any others yet. See, that's what I'm saying. Your CPU difference is probably negligible. Although in the case, like talking about the 10600, 10700, and the 3700X. But that being said, if we're talking... I completely lost my train of thought. No, if we're talking the 6700K to any of those, you should be better off.
I'm just looking at on CPU Monkey.
So he will need an R9 or i9, otherwise CPU won't keep up with the 2080 Ti. That's probably fair.
Yeah.
2080 Ti, yeah.
I haven't looked up much of the bottlenecking, but as far as I know, the 2080 Ti is always, even with the high-end CPUs, is still bottlenecked by CPU.
In that case, no matter... go the 10700, I guess, if price isn't an option, and go... Well, actually, no, John Chapman was right. Go the 3950X.
Yeah, like Jake would probably be able to agree because he watches just as much random videos as I do. But as far as I'm aware, like, they haven't been able to max out a 2080 Ti properly because it gets bottlenecked by the CPU.
Jake said it will bottleneck like a fish, regardless.
Yeah, but like I said, I was looking at I'm on the CPU Monkey website comparing the 10700KF to the 3700X, and apart from like the gigahertz,
that's the same one I'm looking at actually. Oh no, it's not. I'm looking at Technical City apparently.
I'm pretty sure once the Gen 4 comes out, I'd be shocked if the Gen 4.
Power consumption. 3700X is 65 watts. You want to guess how much the 10700 is?
Do I need to guess?
125.
Yeah, I have that in front of me. But the thing we got to remember, though, is that's one of those things where it's not
measured the same way.
Yeah, it's not measured the same way.
Still, I'm pretty sure it's a big power draw anyway, regardless of how it's measured. Jake says high-end TR3000 series, so Threadripper 3000 series, would be the only CPU that might keep up. Well, I don't have a 3000 series, but for the price...
Holy sugar. So Aaron said some games are starting...
10900K recorded 331 watts with a 5.3 gigahertz overclock. Yep, I saw that earlier. I thought it was 335. Maybe it was 331. I don't know. I only saw the headline and the thumbnail and the little blurb. I didn't read the full article.
Aaron also said before that was some games are starting to take advantage of up to 8 core 8 threads now. Good. Even more for certain games. Yeah. Finally. But like I said, I'd nearly hold out because isn't it only going to be a few months until the Gen
4000 series? Yeah, I'd wait for the 4000 series and see how they compare then before you make your decision.
Like I said, looking at this CPU Monkey, the fact that it still doesn't support, again, I know we said there's not much that supports the PCIe 4.0 yet, but the 10700KF doesn't. It's still only at 3. Still only got 16 PCIe lanes compared to the 20 on the 3700.
Yep.
So literally, apart from the gigahertz, so the core clock,
Yep.
the Ryzen is still beating, which
Jake
I
said.
know that's kind of important.
Jake said Bitwit just did the 10900K versus 3900 worth of watch. I will actually want to watch that one. Yeah. John Chapman said, I mean, we've seen this behavior from Intel before. Yeah. Whoops. John, you meaning the same CPU 4 times in a row?
But you know what I mean? Like,
hello,
it just...
Aaron on YouTube.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's very hard... Because, like I said, you're comparing two old generations.
Yes.
Like, you're not comparing the same generation of parts.
No.
And we know for a fact that AMD is about to drop the 4000 series and they're about to drop the 500 series boards.
Yeah, like...
So,
if you've got a 6700K, obviously... You're not in a massive rush to upgrade if you've held onto it for this long. So just wait the extra month and a half or however long it is. I think it's about a month and a half from that release to the next one and see what's better. Because, yeah why not?
Because like I said, you are comparing. So I'm
by the way,
assuming
the benchmarks for that should start coming out earlier anyway because the reviewers get a hold of them early. So you'll know then.
But yeah, so that's comparing second quarter of 2020 to the third quarter of 2019.
Jake says 10900K is better for gaming, but only 15.5% better. 3900X was almost 50% faster on rendering / multi-core.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Intel's literally just trying to rush out as much as they can to get in front of AMD again. And
I agree with this. John Chapman says, finally having some competition and rushing out a CPU that runs hot as balls and with massive power usage. I feel Intel will sort themselves out again in the next few years.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will sort themselves out again in the next few years, but I sure hope so. This actually reminds me of, and I've talked about it before, Pentium D versus Core 2 Duo, when that whole thing happened.
Yeah.
Because of Pentium D, they were on the back foot because AMD released the Athlon 64X2. So they were first to market with the dual core CPU. They didn't have anything, so they whacked 2 CPU cores on a CPU and sent it to market, but it ran hot as balls, as John puts it. And yeah, it wasn't very efficient. And then they redid the whole architecture and released Core 2 Duo and took the crown back. So maybe the same thing will happen.
Yeah, and I was going to say... But yeah, like Jake, because that's the other thing. Like, as far as I'm aware, Ryzen has the better multi-core performance.
Yes.
So, yes, it's going to have the core performance, but if Aaron's right and they're starting to take advantage of more cores, I'd still lean towards Ryzen being able to pull ahead.
Yep. Hashtag 14 nanometer life. John Chapman says that's exactly what I was talking about, to be honest. Cool. Wait, have you been around into computers for that long? Gee.
Yeah, and he called me old.
And Jake says, have Intel realized that bigger numbers aren't always better? No, Intel are overcompensating.
Yeah.
That's
I think they're just hanging on the thread that they're the ones that have cracked 5 gigahertz. Yeah. And I think they're just trying to hold on to that mantle. It's like, hey, you guys might be beating us in everything, but hey, we can get 5.1 now. What can you do?
Well, John
Chapman we can do everything else.
John Chapman says, yet dyno runs are still a thing.
Yeah.
I say the same people who brandish around their big dyno figure numbers.
Well, like I said, I have that. Like, I was able to overclock my CPU to get Cinebench scores, but as soon as I tried to put it into like real life applications, it just died.
Jake said Intel Boost also doesn't use more than 2 cores on the 10 series. It just picks the 2 most efficient cores and boosts those ones.
It turns out this does.
Huh?
It's supposedly like the 10700KF
Do you have visitors? Do you need to go?
No. Mum was just letting me know she's on the rums and I'm not.
What?
It says that the Turbo 1 core can hit 5.1 and the all cores supposedly can hit 4.9. Like, I'd like to see it happen, but that's what they're saying or claiming. I'd be interested to see someone test it and see what happens, because that's a big jump.
That is a very big jump.
Like, they're claiming it's jumping 1.9 gigahertz
Yeah.
on all
Well,
cores.
if you only have to pull it off on a single core, that makes
No.
even
1.9.
Yeah.
1.1 on all cores compared to 1.3 on one core.
John Chapman says, also Intel still seem to be better for servers. AMD are catching up with that, I think, but it's going to take a very long time to catch up anywhere near Intel's market share with the Xeons, because they've been around for such a long time.
Yeah.
By the way, it is Xeon. For those people, Jacob, no.
Xenon.
No. There's one N. There's one N. It's not like entrepreneur where you ignore the second R. It's Xeon. Xenon is a light. Xeon is a processor. Just putting it out there. Jake said Linus has confirmed this. Confirmed that Intel are better for servers? Or
Most likely.
Okay. Well, either way, yeah, it's going to take a while to catch up for that. But that being said, in the budget arena, if we're talking servers, apparently you can run ECC memory on the 200G, I think it is, and definitely the Athlon 3000G.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently you can do that with some Core i3s as well, but not all of them. So yeah, budget server market. Jake says, yep. So I guess he knew that one anyway. So you know that big case that I plonked on the desk yesterday?
Yeah.
Anyway.
No.
What, 3000G powered server?
No.
Nice. Huh? Anyway.
What is Geekbench?
It's a website.
Like Geekbench 5.
Oh, that's a program. I think that runs on phones, doesn't it? Or Macs? Both?
I don't know.
There must be a PC version as well.
Because it appears that the right...
Jake said, don't all current AMD run that? I hadn't confirmed whether all Ryzen's will run ECC. That's something that might actually be worth testing, actually. Because if it does, you could do some serious stuff with that. Especially for like virtualization hypervisors, which is, yeah, really cool. John Chapman says, I mean, not to fanboy for Intel, but they are currently competing in lots of markets, GPU, memory, CPU, etc., etc. So they have a lot of R&D going somewhere. Yeah, they do. Just we're talking mostly the performance and gaming market here, I guess. So I guess Intel probably aren't, I don't know. They're probably not overly worried, but at the same time, it's a crown they'd like to have. But it's not going to put them out of business, kind of thing. Jake says 3000G server build. Yes, and yes. No. Overclock both those cores to 5 gigahertz on liquid nitrogen. And Jake said, Jacob, yes.
No.
I'm assuming that's the 3000G comment. Intel GPU, lol. There was a time when Intel GPUs were actually very, very good. It was very brief, though. I think it was the Intel, I'm going to say 740. My dad had one in his computer. It was, I think, just before the TNT2. Please tell me someone remembers this and I'm not just an old rambling fool.
You're most likely an old rambling. Holy dooly.
What?
Oh, wait, don't worry. That was last gen stuff, wasn't it?
Wait, no. Here we go. The Intel 740 or i740, codenamed Auburn, is a 350 nanometer graphics processing unit using an AGP. I actually need to load the page. Using an AGP port. while most graphics vendors were still using PCI. There you go.
Geez, these numbers are confusing me so much.
Nope, apparently this was bad. Released with enormous fanfare, the i740 proved to have disappointing real-world performance and sank from view after only a few months on the market. Some of its technology lived on in the form of Intel GMA, so onboard graphics. Well, onboard motherboard graphics before they put it in the CPU. Anyway.
Wow.
DeBauer managed to get a 2900, a 10, getting ahead. We're up to 2900 already. 10900K 7.2 gigahertz. Holy stuff on liquid nitrogen. Yep, apparently I'm just old. I'm okay with that. And John Chapman said, also from what I've seen, they are still dormant in the laptop and mobile markets. Who? AMD? Because AMD are definitely releasing Ryzen's mobile. I've seen a few of them out in the wild, so to speak.
So I've just got really confused looking at Intel's thing. So the Core i9 Extreme, is that a 9th gen CPU?
Not for long, the Ryzen stuff is smashing the Intel. Wait, what was your question?
I'm just looking on Computer Alliance because I saw that on Facebook they're sponsoring the 10th gen. So
they're sponsoring what?
The 10th gen,
10th
like
gen.
ads.
Yeah.
So they're promoting it.
Yeah, I think I saw one earlier today.
Core i9.
By the way, we can pre-order 10th gen as well.
Yeah, the 99
money on that for any
80 XE.
Probably shouldn't say that if we're selling their product.
Is that a 9th gen or a 10th gen?
What is it?
The 9980 XE.
It sounds like a 9th gen by the numbers. Yeah, launch date Q4 2018. That's a 9th. Yeah, that's got to be a 9th gen then.
Okay, then 9900X.
That's got to be a 9th gen as well by the numbers.
No, it turns out it's 10th series.
Launched Q4 2018.
What? It says on the box 10 series. I'm getting
according to Intel's website, i9 9900X.
Yeah.
Q4 18.
What about the 9800X?
They'd be the same. You can tell by the first digits.
Yeah, no, so it turns out these are.
Q4 18.
No, because they're Intel S2066. So they are the newer ones.
I thought 9th gen was 2066 as well. Maybe not. Or are they still 1151?
1151.
No, yeah, they are. 2066.
That is so confusing.
Products formerly Skylake. Aaron said it's X299 10th gen for 2066 sockets. See, he beat us to it anyway.
Yeah.
Jake said because they just made the same CPU over and over and over.
Like, I'm legit looking on Computer Alliance, and it's just...
Okay, where are we looking? Let me have a look at this.
I literally just went to CPUs, and I've gone price high to low.
Yeah.
Like, yes, now that I know that having the Intel S2066 in front means that it's...
socket 2066. But that's the same for the 10th gen by the look of it, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what... See, that's confusing what Aaron just said. So 9 something is 9th gen.
John says maybe in specs, but they still seem to have a major market share. Yes, that's true because it takes a long time to start up in any market. And they seem to be dumping cash into a lot of emerging tech. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm running an AMD system, but I think Intel will bring it back in a few years.
Yeah.
It is likely. It depends what AMD have up their sleeve, though. If they get the jump on the gun again, then they'll just leave Intel for dead. So even if Intel brings out something new, then AMD will be ahead again. Yeah, see, this is what I'm explaining. The numbers at the start. Aaron says 9, that should be 3. 9 triple X is 9th gen, 10 triple X is 10th gen. You look at the first digit of the number. It's been that way for
But the thing is, when you look at the socket,
It's
So
the same socket.
No, the S2066.
Yeah, 9th gen is 2066 as well. Well, Core i9 anyway. And i7. Yeah, here you go. Your low-end Core i9s, once you get down to those, so 9900K, not X, and your i9 9900KF, they're socket 1151.
So
which
the
is probably what you were expecting. It's the same as the 5th and 6th gen i7s. Remember how I had the 6th gen i7? That was the high-end i7, the 6800K. It was 2011 V3. But your 6700K is your low-end i7, so it was an 1151. So they're technically Xeon class chips. So they're crippled server chips but with
9800X
overclocking enabled.
is a high gen i7.
Yes.
What is a
no?
S?
Yes. Isn't that an
That's
i9?
what it looks like.
Did you
No,
say
it says
90?
i7. The 9800X.
Oh, I thought you
The
said
9820X.
Yeah, that's
is an i9.
Here we go. John Chapman says, well, I mean, when you have no real competition, that seems to be what you do. Look at NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Yep. Jake says, because AMD cards are borderline garbage, good for the price, but that's about it. Okay. Oh, really? Wait, are AMD cards that bad?
I don't know. Like, looking up mine's really not that bad. It runs hot as... Yeah.
I regret nothing.
You will once the jet turns on.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, yeah, I've got a fancy mic that I can show you guys the jet one day too. But no, what's the Intel S1200 then?
Where?
The Core i9 1090K. Like 10900K, sorry.
I don't know. I feel like this is something I should know, but I don't.
This is just hurting my head and making it more clear why.
Oh,
making
really?
it more clear why I like
AMD.
AMD. Because you got AM4, and then you got whatever the hell the Threadripper is this time.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just a bunch of numbers.
I don't know what the heck.
You don't know what that is? Okay, cool.
Nope.
I'm
going to guess that's their new low-end socket. Because if you look at the other ones, the i7 is S1200. If you keep going down the list, there's an i5 that's S1200.
Oh, yep.
I should know this, but I don't. I'm not on the cutting edge.
I see what you're talking about now.
Yeah, so it's their non-server. So 1151 has been replaced in the 10th gen, finally. Yep. John Chapman says, you pump out the next gen that has about the same % improvement as last gen and keep doing that till someone challenges you. Yeah, sounds accurate. Everyone just needs to realize, this is Jake, that the Athlon 3000G is the best CPU in the world, and get over it.
He really likes that CPU, doesn't he?
I can tell. Aaron said my old R9 390 was terrible. Windows Update had a driver that made it not detect game launch, so it was just throttling and unusable, and had to revert driver every time I rebooted my PC.
Look, can I put it out there with mine? So, like, everyone bags the AMD like launchers and their drivers and all that.
They're not the best.
But the thing is, I've yet to have an issue with this one.
I think it depends on what you're doing and what game you're playing, which version of driver you've got. But either way, it's less of a smooth process than NVIDIA usually.
Yeah, but
that's
what
the
I
point
mean
of
is,
comparison, because that's a competition.
Somehow I've gotten lucky. Like, mine's noisy as all hell because it's a blower. But that's the only issue I've run into with this card.
Yes, but that makes you
the
exception,
awesome.
not the rule.
I know, it's great. It's great.
So good for you, but everyone else can suck it, apparently.
And
that being said, I remember now that we're talking about AMD drivers, remember I spent like a day, like 3 days in a row trying to figure out why I couldn't launch DaVinci Resolve on my computer?
Oh, yeah, because it was AMD.
It was the up-to-date AMD drivers. I reverted the AMD GPU drivers, and then it worked fine.
Yeah. And I really feel like what John brings up next is We do need to do a video on it because it is
Look
actually
at the 1080 Ti
awesome.
increase. The percent increase from the 980 Ti was crazy. Okay, someone lend us a 1080 Ti and a 980 Ti, please, and we'll get that video done. Because Radeon was talking up the next GPU that underperformed, so the 2080 Ti isn't a big jump. They were feeling comfortable on top again. Yeah, that's probably
because
true.
like I said, when the 1080 came out, it was only because AMD was like, Radeon was like, yo, we've got this awesome thing coming out that you guys aren't going to be able to touch.
Yeah.
And NVIDIA's like, hey, no, we got you. Drop the 1080. AMD dropped the ball and went, yeah, no, you guys are right. You guys are still on top.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
Then it's not like they can go, okay, let's just pull these few great 1080s and just cut it back a bit.
Yeah.
It's like, drop this huge update. We have to stick to it.
Yep.
So, again, that video was awesome. I love that video.
I don't want to start a rant here, but I at least want to touch on the topic. That's what you do when you do things for the money, not for the sake of being good at it.
Yes.
Anyway, Jake also says Jacob had to use brain on birthday.
Oh, dude, it was like it hurt. Like,
what were we talking about then?
I think he's talking about like trying to figure out what the go is with all these new Intels.
I think it was the realization that S1200 was the replacement for 1151.
And next, like, can I just ask, when did Intel decide to start using X?
In the 9th gen, I think, wasn't it? Oh, wait, no, sorry. What, X as the end of the processor thing? I think they started that back in the 5th gen, 2011
okay, so it was a while ago then?
I think so, yeah. Because there was a 5960, 80 X.
Because now there's just X everywhere.
Yep. Intel haven't changed their processor. That's the issue. They managed to build good... if they managed to build good 7nm CPUs, rip AMD. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's getting very technical, so we won't dwell too much on that. Jake said, I've never had an issue with any of my AMD cards either. They're just not amazing.
Yeah, like...
Fair. Oh, still good for 1080p / low end 4K.
Well,
that's halfway
I'm going to put it out there. My card at 2K, I couldn't think of an NVIDIA card that could compete at 2K. Like, I sit at 2K 144 hertz on nearly all my games. And that's with pretty high settings.
Does no NVIDIA card touch that?
Not for the price range.
Oh, okay, right. So we're talking price to performance again.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't like necessarily about AMD GPUs is their power consumption, particularly the older ones. I don't know if the newer ones are any better, but the older ones, yeah, power consumption for some of those Fury was through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying that because you had one. Aaron says my R9 390 was perfectly fine for 6 to 9 months till the update put into Windows and all the newer drivers from 16.x's wouldn't work. Old 15.x's were drivers were fine.
That's a pain.
John Chapman says, I mean, the 1080 Ti is fairly competitive today, but yeah, 100% it's all about the money. They're big business, kind of what they do. Yeah, they do. And Jake is calling you out, Jacob. He said, Jacob, go up against my GT 710. I dare you. Bring it tomorrow, Jake. We still got to talk about that, actually.
Wait, is he serious?
No.
Okay, good, because I just looked that up and I'm just like, well.
Did you not know what the 710 was?
Hey, John, how much did that 1080 cost you? I'm pretty sure I could get 2 of mine for the price of one 1080 Ti. Because weren't they well and truly over $1,000?
What, 1080 Ti?
TIs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. $400 is cheap.
Wait, aren't you bringing yours down to compare the market tomorrow?
Who? John?
Jake.
I think he is.
He said, no, it's not worth the fuel. But isn't that what we're doing?
No, I mean to bring the 710 as well, I guess.
Wait, where's the 710?
I don't know.
See, I was contemplating picking up a motherboard on the way.
What mother? Oh, okay.
Buying a X570. Like, my graphics card, according to user benchmark, for the effective speed is 15th,
Yeah.
which I really don't see as that far down.
Yeah.
Like, it's a card that cost me well and truly less than $1,000.
Aaron says GT 710 take on my HD 530. That'd be interesting. Jake it says he's bringing potato. That's fine.
Isn't that
John
his pretty
Chapman
one?
says, yeah, got lucky with that. Now it just needs a water block. I'm pretty sure Nathaniel can hook you up with that.
Yeah, I need one too.
Jake says 710 is what broke this time test card. That makes sense. John Chapman says, I miss my 980 Ti though. It was a good card.
I miss
Cool.
my
Well,
Fury.
you know what? That brings us to one of our next topics, which is buying secondhand GPUs. Whoops, that's not supposed to be a capital. That one. This one. Is it just me, or has anybody noticed that the secondhand market is stuffed right now for graphics
When has it
cards,
not been?
GPUs? Like, I mean, it got better for a little while, but now it's just stuffed, like all kinds of stuffed. It's just not a good time for anybody who wants to buy a graphics card, it seems. I've been trying to buy them to complete some, well, to do some budget builds. Now I'm struggling to find motherboards of all things. But yes, it's just not fun. Like pre-COVID, we could buy brand new 4 gig RX 570s for what were they? 165, I think they got down to.
Yeah, they were dirt cheap.
Now, second or brand new, they're 220, and secondhand, people are asking like 210. It's stupid. Jake says, you mean because parts are more expensive used? That is the case sometimes, yes. Sometimes they're more expensive new. I did a price check before because those GPUs that I held up before, the video cards I held up before, they're 4 gig RX 580s. And apparently brand new, they're like $300 at the moment.
Wow.
300? 399, 300.
When you can find them, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
4 gig RX 580. Here we go. Cheapest one is at PC Case Gear for $319.
Damn.
So I bought 3. One, I don't know how I'm going to do this. 1, 2, here. Stand up on your end. 1, 2, 3.
Just putting it out
know
there,
what to
mine
do with
looks
them now.
better.
Yeah, it probably does, but these were cheap as.
No,
These are
mine
just-
looks identical, but it has a big old dint in the side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, these were just under 200 each. I'm apparently getting a 780 Ti on Saturday as well, and this comes as news to everybody because I haven't told anybody yet. Possibly as well a GTX 1070. So, yeah, hopefully they don't, like, the sellers don't pull them out from under me.
Wait. So John says, look at EVGA.
EVGA. They have nothing in stock. Yep. And Jake says, I do have 2 times RX 570s for sale, 1 4 gig and 1 8 gig. Sell them for profits. I think after these other twos, I'm gonna have other two. I'm gonna have enough. Aaron says people ask GTX 1070 $600. You can get a new 2060 for that. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm pretty sure how much. I don't know if John's watching, but I'm pretty sure I sold my old 1080 for like $450 or $500.
Jake said he can also get a 1070 for $380. I may be interested in that one. Let me know.
Wait, Nathan. Jake can get a 1070 cheapish, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
But oh no, actually, that's something I want to ask you guys. Is my clicking that loud? Like if I type, like is it loud for you?
Not overly, no. Not for me.
Beautiful. That makes me happy. But no, 1080 Ti's are ridiculous.
I wouldn't mind another 1080 Ti, to be honest.
Well, why wouldn't? Like, I still don't see why people would get rid of the 1080.
Yeah, not sure. Aaron says, keyboard loud, yes, blasting out my ears. Was that Jacob's keyboard or was that my keyboard, though? Because my keyboard's pretty loud.
Type no click yet. Wait, is it mine or Nathan's? Because Nathan's is loud. I know that much.
Okay, let's do a test. Okay, so... You go first. So here. Jacob, your input.
Me.
I don't think that's that loud. Was that keyboard and mouse?
No, this is my mouse. Yeah. Right, I don't even know if you can hear the mouse. Yes, loud.
Hang on. Here we go. So let me find somewhere to type.
My bad. Do I need to put it where I normally game with it? Because that's actually fully directly behind the microphone.
There we go. That was mine. And this is my mouse.
I'd love to, but I may get fired.
John said type no click yes. You might get fired for what? And Jake said, wow, loud much? I don't know whose that was for.
Cedo's keyboard loud, Jacob mouse click loud. Yeah, okay, I like cool. My mouse, all right? I
Basically,
love my mouse.
We need to do something about that, I guess. Yeah, we'll get there.
I'll just buy a secondary non-mechanical board. It's not that hard to get around.
My keyboard isn't even mechanical.
Yeah, that's the scary.
Wait, no, John says, then again, Cedo, everything loud. Yep, there we go.
Maybe on the 3P stream.
What?
Nothing. O-rings? What's he mean, O-rings?
I don't know.
I forget
O-rings
what...
on the keyboard?
I forget what...
Cherry MX silence.
No, I can't remember what... I went Jake through it one both. Day. No,
and Jake says... Oh, wait, no, Blake. Hi, Blake. Blake says, check out RTX NVIDIA AI. Are we talking about RTX voice? Because, yeah, we are... Well, that's actually my primary motivation for looking at a 1070.
The issue with that, Blake, we kind of need...
Yeah, O-rings on the keycaps.
We kind of need NVIDIA cards for that.
John Chapman says, wait, what? Cedo, the thing... that thing is a membrane. Yes, it is. This is by no means a mechanical keyboard. Or a straight keyboard, for that matter.
But yeah, so yeah, my issue, Blake, is I can't... The only NVIDIA card I can justify going to is a 2080. And the issue with that is I can't justify going to a 2080. Just straight up, I don't see there's enough performance gain for me to go.
Says it will fix all your background noise issues.
Yeah, I know, but
really is why I'm looking at doing it.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, like you can, but no. Probably because it's
so loud. I don't know why it's so loud. Huh? Maybe it's just the way I type.
Yeah.
Hang on.
No, it's still loud.
It's the keyboard. It's the space bar. That key. The rest of them aren't so bad, I don't think. See, those aren't so bad, but it's when I hit the space bar.
Like, I don't think if I like type normally, like I don't feel like you can hear that. That's me typing normally, not actually smashing.
I couldn't hear that.
But I know that my mouse is loud. Like, I'm not going to even half pretend my mouse isn't loud.
Oh, Jake said, have used that one before, is loud. Yep, fair. Loud noise needs to spend 2K on a new GPU. Woo!
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Aaron asked what keyboard is Nath using, and yes, Space Key is much louder. It is the Microsoft Natural Ergonomic Keyboard 4000, I think. I think when they were in the phase of throwing numbers at things to make them sound fancier.
I just have a Cerberus. But mine is a mechanical key. I just can't, it's not a cherry, it's like a replica cherry, but a better version of a cherry. I just couldn't be bothered.
Microsoft Natural Ergonomic Keyboard 4000. John Chapman said, down that path lies madness and custom water loops and money. Yep. Lots of money, apparently. Jake says you can get mics that cancel out non-voice.
Yeah. Which I feel like if I had my mic in front, my keyboard in front of the mic, it'd be a lot worse.
And Jake said, nah, cool air cool everything and run it with a 3000G.
Because this is supposed to be one of those directional mics where you got to have it facing to you.
Yeah.
So,
for those who probably aren't really interested, this is the keyboard that I'm running.
But yes. So Nathan, seems we haven't really touched on any of the topics.
Yeah. I think we should touch on the big one. Huh?
Any word on the RAM?
Yeah, if you have seen my missing RAM, please let me know. So that I can chase it down and then we can finish the Threadripper build. And
but is it actually still missing?
Well, I don't have it in my hands.
What's in the box behind you?
Oh, look, you found my RAM.
Okay, so I'm just like, dude, didn't you get a package today? I swear you got it today.
Clearly you didn't watch the video that I posted then. Yes, it's here.
Like I said, I was half asleep until just before the stream.
That's no excuse. I'm still half asleep now, and look at me. Wait, John said, nah, go next step and go fanless with passive cooling. Who needs cooling? Put it all in the oven. That was Jake. John says, thermal throttle everything. Jake's in love, apparently. John says, go for highest temps, hold that record. And Jake says, what? You need RAM? What RAM? ECC or normal? Yes, I need RAM. I totally need RAM. Yeah. John says that's a small... Oh, wait. That's a small box for a 128 gig kit. And Jacob, even Jake watched the video.
Just so you guys if you want to know what my mechanical keyboard is, it's got a Kahua RGB mechanical switch, red.
Must have got the wrong RAM.
I need more RAM.
Here's some. Ozpost almost took it, but anyway.
What did they say?
I have RAM. Buy RAM. There you go. Talk to Jake.
Wait, he has RAM for sale?
Apparently.
What kind of RAM?
The RAM thing was under the Threadripper build update. So technically now, I think we actually have all the pieces to complete the Threadripper build. But seeing as tomorrow is bench off, I think we'll do this next week.
I wasn't at work. Now.
Yeah. Jake says he was instant dismissal for not paying attention at work.
But
Man, that'd be low. Fire someone on their birthday too.
the issue, the question would be, is if I zone
Ooh.
out now.
Jacob.
Oh, wait, we got a question for Henry.
Oh, we have
From
an
Cameron.
actual question.
Yeah.
Okay, so got a question. What's the best NAS for small business? Best is really subjective, but good quality. Like there's a lot of good options out there. I don't know which one I qualify as the best, but if you're looking for an off-the-shelf product, I would probably look at the Synology range. They seem to be pretty good. As to which model, that depends on like exactly how many drives you need to put in it, and what your budget is, and all that kind of thing. Jake says, and another 16 gig. John Chapman says, bench off. Can I post my scores? No, John, you can't. You need to be here in person to submit scores for this bench off.
No. He cannot submit scores for the bench off. That's cheating.
He's got to be running at stock speeds.
Or do we get to add all ours together? Like all three of us add ours together?
No. If we're going to do it, then actually, yeah, we probably would. You'd probably have to clock yours to the same as his stock speed then, and Jake would have to clock his to the same stock speed as that, and then you probably have to add the two together because then it would be the same amount of cores and threads. Wait, Jake says secrets. You're telling our secrets. None of it's secret. We talked about it on the live stream yesterday. Jacob is currently kind of unavailable. Please try again later. Okay.
I may have had my phone turned off most of the day today.
Cameron asked, does that have the ability to be accessed remotely? As far as I've seen, yes, Synology does have a cloud-based access system that you can use. And Jake said 2600 versus 3600 versus 3600X. Yes, that's what we're doing tomorrow. John says, but I have work.
Calling sick. I heard you cough from here.
No, it sounds like a you problem. If you want to compete, you've got to be here. It's not like you can skip out of the Olympics saying, I've got work.
Well, technically,
the Olympics the same.
Isn't the Olympics technically work?
Depends what country you come from, I think. For us, it is. Can I enter my 200 GE in this? I feel like it'll be a winner. Sure, why not? And John Chapman says, and it's not my fault. If he gets to OC, then I get to OC. No, we're doing 2600 clock to the stock speeds of the 3600 and the 3600X because we want to see the difference clock for clock in Zen 1 to Zen 2 architecture. Had to get that right because they're anyway.
And I'm just sitting here realizing that
hashtag got to be in it to win it. It's true.
I'm sitting here realizing that I've organized that I need to set this up and take it down to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why I asked you yesterday if you're sure you wanted to do it. And you said yes, so that's why we went with that. Oh, we're finished with the Threadripper build update. Okay, before we get to the end, even though we should have finished 6 minutes ago, I would like to talk about this, because this is a very big thing. This is why we were a little bit late today, because I was in a webinar, like not as a presenter, but as someone who was like interacting with the presenters to find out more information about this. If you're a small business owner, you may not necessarily be watching this, although Cameron is, so maybe that is applicable. So John says, so I would have to underclock all my stuff. Yes, you would. Jake says, rip Jacob's spare time. And John Chapman says, that seems to be a rip. Well, if you were following yesterday and understood exactly what we were comparing and trying to achieve, you'd understand why we're doing it that way. You can apply your overclock again afterwards if you want to. That's fine.
As far as I know,
we'll just do a flat-out build.
Isn't Jake taking his clock back as well?
Yes.
Like he's already overclocked past my clock.
That's ours for reference. So once we're done with that, then we can go ham and do whatever we want. So that's fine. But yeah, anyway, sorry. So back to subject, the Queensland Government Small Business COVID-19 Adaptation Grant Program. don't try and say that 5 times fast, because saying it once fast was hard enough. But yes, there's one big snag with this that I've picked up from, well, the webinar today, and from rereading and reading the paperwork. The paperwork, the PDFs. You cannot buy business assets with this. So we were hoping to upgrade our computers to render video faster, because part of it is the adaptation of business to produce video media and for businesses to be more resilient and come out the other side of COVID-19 better. But yeah, that's off the table because business assets are not covered. So for us, that included other stuff that we were hoping to do. So lighting, microphones, camera equipment, like I said, computers for faster rendering, all of that is off the table. However, we can do, or you can do, if you're looking at this stuff, you can do digital courses, digital training, advice, mentorship, coaching, anything like that. It does include software packages though, so we're going to see what period of time the grant covers and see if we can get Adobe licensing for that, because at the moment we're using DaVinci Resolve. And yeah, we probably want to prefer to move to Premiere just because it's a little bit easier, I think, and the industry standard. So yeah, that's all I'll say.
And John, also, you know how you said some of us have work? Me and Nathan have work.
Yeah, and we've made work for Be This.
Yeah.
How's that? Jake said, I have work too. I'm doing it after work, and mine's all back to stock, fresh build again. Sick. I have to clock mine up.
Well,
we'll probably do that tomorrow on the thing.
Wait, and we just do it all together.
Yeah.
We have got enough monitors and keyboards that I don't have to bring all my stuff down.
Well, yeah, you'd unplug yours, wouldn't you? Or we could do them one at a time behind me here.
Oh, yeah, no, I could actually... Oh, could I? Yeah, I could set mine up.
Yeah, but it depends, because one of us is going to have to stay on stream for it. Unless we try and get it done beforehand or do it off to the side, one at a time. Or we could set up some... Maybe we'll set up some more test benches tomorrow.
I just have to sort out cooling, fit a 120mm all in one. No. You got to run what you run.
Well, you've got a 240mm all-in-one, so...
Yeah, but I've run.
It's still got to be stock speed, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think he's talking about afterwards, us having to go at each other, see who gets better.
Yeah, okay.
But again, putting it out there, I don't know how to bench.
Oh, Jake said, I can be there anytime after like 1 to 1:30. Well, let's start as early as possible then, I guess, and see what we can do.
I feel that means I've got to wake up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake. No, we can do
interesting. Anyway, all right, let's wrap it up because we're already over time. So, oh wait, Jake says ITX can't use either of my 240mm all-in-ones. I'm pretty sure my ITX will fit a 240.
Wait, Jake.
But my ITX
I reckon
is huge.
Just leave your side panel off.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that's directed to you about the wake up comment.
I feel like that's directed at my dad.
I'm not even going to ask. Anyway, John Chapman said, then again, I'm not really running a big overclock these days. Well, see, that's the thing, John. You've got to run no overclock for this.
And I was going to say, I don't really think he'd need to run a big overclock.
Yeah, probably not.
And please tell me you got my joke, Jake. Like, I hope you would.
I don't, and I really don't want to know. Anyway. All right.
Oh, no, I'm scared. I'm out. I quit. I'm not competing.
Why?
Turns out Aaron's going to fight us with his 6700K.
All right. At 4 gigahertz. That's not stock clocks, man. Is it?
Oh, no. I'd be shocked if I could have beat it, though.
Well, it's 4 cores, 8 threads. No, yeah, 4 cores, 8 threads. I'm going to say 4 cores, 4 threads, but no, it's an i7. So 4 cores, 4 cores, 8 threads. 4 gigahertz is stock. But with your extra 2 cores, you should walk that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jake said we all have small clocks. Okay. And lol, old Intel stock.
I have a feeling John has the smallest clock.
Probably. Anyway, we're going to leave that one alone, and we're going to leave you all alone because, yeah, that's it. So you can join us again from 5 o'clock tomorrow. Tomorrow is the bench off. So we have Jake versus Jacob versus not Jay anything. Yeah. And that'll be the 2600 versus the 3600, wherever Jake is. 3600 versus 3600X. And that'll be interesting. We should probably do stock to stock to stock, then clock to clock to clock, and then, well, you know, clock to stock, and then just all out.
But like I said, you guys have like so much more experience than I do with overclocking. I can hit it with the hammer.
Yeah. Well, however you want to destroy your
Actually,
computer.
can I call a friend?
As long as you do it beforehand, like not on stream, sure.
Spaghetti-O, I need you.
Oh, we have 3 comments. Wait. Biggest CPU. Yep. See you all tomorrow. And my Mobo exploded last time I clocked on it. This could go well. Anyway, yeah, look, 5 o'clock tomorrow, join us for the bench off. Please help us to help you and others. Just like and share so that we can get the word out. Aaron says bye, guys.
Bye.
And
Jake knew exactly who I was
Jake
going
said
for.
it, no, Nathaniel can't come. Yeah. Anyway, continue to send us your tech questions too. Remember, there is no such thing as a dumb question, or just come and heckle us live. That seems to be popular at the moment.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a dumb question, although there is a such thing as a dumb host who can't talk properly, apparently. Get in touch with us and ask at www.thedotmill.com/contact. Look, I did the smile for you, Joker.
Smiling face.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, please like and share and join us tomorrow from 5 o'clock. Thanks. Bye.
See you guys.